Chugga, chugga, chugga,
Every child is a miracle.
My mommy says I'm a miracle.
Da-da-da-da-da! My daddy says I'm his special little guy.
I'm the most prettiest ballerina in the whole wide world.
I'm a princess.
I'm a prince.
Mama says I'm an angel sent down from the sky. My mother says that I'm a good case for population control. And my father says I should learn to shut my pie hole. This is the story of a special little girl. A girl named Matilda. This is the story of my miracle.
Is this gonna take much longer, Doctor?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you really have no idea why you're feeling so bloated?
Gus, you're pregnant.
Mrs. Wormwood?
9 months pregnant. What? No! Maybe I'm just fat.
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood. A precious new life.
A miracle.
But I don't want another baby. Can't you just give me some antibiotics or something?
You're having a baby.
Oh! No!
Matilda's entrance into the world was a bit unusual.
Where is he? Where's my son?
Mr. Wormwood, your daughter is one of the most
Beautiful babies I've ever seen.
My lord! Where's his thingy?
His what?
His thingy! His whatchamacallit! His doodah!
It's a girl, Mr. Wormwood.
She's got no thingy.
The boy with no thingy!
This is the worst day of my life.
You see, from the very beginning, Matilda didn't fit in with her family's lifestyle.
Harry, look! She's reading a book! That's not normal. Michael never read a book.
This is Matilda's brother.
I think she might be an idiot. The sooner you're locked up in that school, the better.
Listen to this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom.
Why can't you be more like your brother?
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy!
I'm a girl.
To avoid her parents, Matilda spent most of her time at the library, and that is where we first met.
Good luck with the Tolstoy, Miss Honey.
I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Matilda, welcome back. You should be Miss Honey.
She's going to be your teacher.
Pleased to meet you, miss.
Hello, Matilda.
Are you excited to be starting school?
Yes, very much.
I'm sure we'll have lots of fun learning together. I'll see you tomorrow.
Matilda, will you tell me one of your stories today?
I just love listening to you tell stories.
Once upon a time. Once upon a time. The two greatest circus performers in the world.
An escapologist who could escape from any lock that was ever invented.
And
An acrobat who was so skilled, it seemed as if she could actually fly.
fell in love and got married. People would come from miles around to see them perform.
Not just to see their skill,
But
but to see their love for each other.
although they were famous, and everybody loved them,
They were sad.
We have everything the world has to offer.
But we do not have the one thing in the world we want most. We do not have a child.
at night, they would listen to the sounds of their big, empty house. And they would imagine the sounds of a child playing.
Oh, Matilda, this is very sad.
Do you want me to stop?
Don't you dare!
Their sadness overwhelmed them and drew them into even more dangerous feats. They decided to perform the most dangerous feat ever known to men.
The burning woman, hurling through the air, with dynamite in her hair, over shocks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in a cage.
It is our destiny. It is where the loneliness of life has led us.
Well, what happens?
I don't know. Not yet. I'll tell you tomorrow.
After your first day of school.
Someone hide me! The trunchbull is after me! You're finished, kid! And I didn't do it!
Once the Trunchbull decides you're guilty, you're squished.
What's Trunchbull?
Our headmistress. They say she's going to put me in Chokey.
What's Chokey?
It's a cupboard in her office. She's cited with
Nails and spikes and bits of broken glass. It's dark as night inside.
And you
Lots naughty children in it.
Alice, hide! Everybody, throw your coats on top of her!
Here she comes!
Where is that maggot known as Alice?
She's under those coats. Well, she's been all morning, actually.
What? All morning?
Yes, you see, Alice suffers from a rare but chronic sleep disorder, narcolepsy. She falls asleep without any warning at all. She'll probably think that she's in bed when she wakes up.
Narcolepsy?
Yes.
Is it time for school yet, Mum? Well, this isn't my room. What am I doing here?
You. What's your name, maggot?
Matilda Winwood, miss. So nice to meet you.
You have just made a very big mistake.
Good morning, children. My name is Miss Honey.
Today is a very special day.
Your first day of school. Now, can anybody tell me what 2 + 2 equals?
11.
16!
Matilda,
2 + 2 equals 4, as does 2 times 2.
you can multiply?
I believe I can, yes.
Could you tell me what 2 times 7 is?
14,
2 times 28.
56,
2 times 487.
974.
Leave that for now. Can anybody tell me what the board says? Tomato. No, it does not say tomato, but that's a very nice word. How about you, Bruce? Oh, it's all right. Sound it out. Quiet down. That's all right, Bruce. Thank you so much for trying. Matilda.
It says I can read words.
So,
You can read, Matilda?
Oh yes, I love books. I read quite a few last week.
I knew right away Matilda was too advanced for my class, so I paid a visit to her parents. They were nothing like I expected. Who is it? Hello, I'm Miss Honey, Matilda's teacher.
We're busy.
Miss Chutney.
But Matilda has an incredible mind. With a little help from us, she could be going to university before the
Looks
other
are more important than books, Miss Hussey.
Look at me.
I chose looks. You chose books.
I was more determined than ever to help Matilda. Little did I know, she was already doing everything she could to help herself.
If I don't do anything, nothing will change.
I'm going to write my own story.
So if I just take a little bit of this from my mother's shelf,
Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong, keep out of reach of children.
and add it to this bottle from my father's shelf,
Oil of violet hair tonic for men.
now we just wait and see what happens.
A man in business simply does not go unnoticed when he looks like this.
So Matilda continued to find herself most comfortable at the library.
Matilda, what happens next?
The great day had arrived. It was like the entire world had gathered to see the escapeologist and the acrobat perform their dangerous feat. They greeted their audience to great fanfare.
Ladies and gentlemen, we must announce that we will not be performing today.
The audience gasped!
Our act has been cancelled because My wife is pregnant.
So the story has a happy ending.
The feat was forgotten by everyone, except
The acrobat's sister.
What?
She was a miserable and frightening woman who resented her sister's love. She had arranged everything, and she insisted that they fulfill their contract or...
Off to prison they both would go.
No! What happens next?
Mrs. Phelps, are you crying? Maybe I shouldn't tell you anymore.
No, it's just so beautiful. I wanted a child so very much.
It must be wonderful for a child to be so wanted.
Yes, wonderful. I'll be back tomorrow to finish my story, Mrs. Phelps.
Matilda had such a brilliant mind that I wasn't ready to give up on advancing her education, even if it meant facing one of my greatest fears, our headmistress,
The Trunchbull!
Enter! Don't just stand there like a wet tissue.
Get on with it!
yes, Miss Trunchbull, there's a girl in my class,
You don't say!
Matilda Wormwood. I think she might be a genius.
What is our school motto, Miss Honey?
Bambanatum est magitum.
Yes!
Children are maggots!
But she already knows the times tables and she can read.
So can I!
I think we should move her ahead with the 11-year-olds.
What about the rules?
I think Matilda is an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules in my school?
Now get out!
It was very clear to me that if anyone was going to help this little girl, this miracle, it would have to be me. I knew all too well the struggle she was up against.
You!
Lavender 3.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
What have I told you about wearing pigtails?
I hate pigtails!
But my mummy likes them. She says they make you look pretty.
Well, then your mummy is a twat!
And then the Trunchbull grabbed her by the pigtails and swung her round and round until finally she let her thigh.
Unfortunately, this sort of thing was pretty common in our school.
And
Hello, Mrs. Phelps.
Oh, Matilda! Are you enjoying school?
Most bits of it, yes.
Well, what are we waiting for?
story time!
The acrobat and the escapeologist knew they had to perform that very day to avoid prison. The acrobat approached her husband and said,
Smile, my love. We've practiced this 1,000 times.
For luck.
it was quite possibly the
Biggest hug in the whole entire universe.
The trick started well. The audience held their breath as she hurled through the air, the flames creeping up her dress.
She reached toward the cage. The padlocks opened. The huge chains fell away, and the door swung open.
The escapeologist took one long, muzzled arm to catch his wife and unborn child. They grasped hands! But the nurse had made them extra slippy. She fell.
No! Did she survive?
She lived long enough to have the child, but the effort was too great.
Love our girl with everything. She is everything.
And then she died.
No, Matilda! How do you come up with these stories?
They just come to me. Like
They're already written.
I'll see you tomorrow, Mrs. Phelps.
The next day at school, things got ugly.
Matilda!
serpent into my kitchen and stole a slice of my chocolate cake.
No, I didn't.
She is guilty.
Okay, look, I stole the cake.
Bruce Bogtrotter.
Yes, miss.
Did you like my cake, Bruce? Because that's the main thing. That you enjoyed it.
It is.
Yes. Would you like another slice? Or maybe the whole cake?
Oh, no thank you, miss. I'm very full.
You're not full until I say you're full. And I say you will eat this entire cake.
Boy, I can't eat it all.
Headmistress, he'll be sick.
Well, he should have thought of that before he made a pact with Satan and decided to steal a slice of my chocolate cake. Now eat.
He must be made of elastic. He's going to blow. I can't watch. Oh, it's too much. I can't do it.
Go on, Bruce. Do it. Show her.
And then Bruce Bogtrotter ate every last crumb of that chocolate cake. Bruce! 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 Bruce!
Well, come along, Bogtrotter. It's time for your punishment.
What? My punishment? He's going to choking.
But you can't, he did what you asked.
Do you think I would be defeated by these little maggots? Who do you think I am? A weakling? An idiot? You?
You can't help me! You're escaping the choking!
That's not right.
Someone ought to teach her a lesson.
Matilda, this story is so very sad. Things couldn't possibly get any worse.
Oh,
But they did.
The escapologist was far too kind to ever blame the evil sister for what had happened. In fact, he asked her to move in and take care of his daughter,
What?
She was nothing but cruel to the little girl.
making her work like a slave and beating her if she did a thing wrong. The escapologist never suspected. The little girl didn't want to make a fuss, but she
Cried herself to sleep every night.
One day, the horrible aunt grew very angry.
You are a useless, filthy, nasty little maggot.
She beat her and locked her into a dank, dark, dusty cellar. But that day, the escapologist happened to come home early. And when he heard his daughter's tears,
He smashed the door open.
Don't cry, my darling. I love you with everything. You are everything. Forgive me, I shall spend the rest of my life making it up to you.
the escapologist's thoughts turned to his wife's sister.
An almighty rage grew inside his great heart.
That monster has sullied the memory of my wife. She has shown cruelty to the most precious reality of my marriage.
What happened?
That was the last the little girl ever saw her father. He confronted his wife's sister, but
He never came home again.
What happened to the girl?
she was raised by the cruel hands that killed her own father.
No, Matilda! Why?
Someone needs to teach that woman a lesson.
That's a great idea, Mrs. Phelps. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, children. Let's start our day off with some spelling exercises. Can you spell the word good?
G-O-O-D.
Excellent. Now, how about the word evil?
Matilda! No!
Yes, Miss Crunchem?
You're coming with me. I want to introduce you to my friend,
Choky!
But why?
Why?
Miss Trunchbull, perhaps I could interest you in a nice cool glass of water.
It's delicious and refreshing.
Unbeknownst to me, Bruce and Lavender had somehow managed to slip a tiny newt into the headmistress's water glass.
As I was saying, Wormwood, you're on your way to note.
There's a note!
As she went for Bruce and Lavender, I noticed all of Matilda's attention focused on that water glass.
I will teach that bully a lesson. I will.
She stared intensely. The glass started to shake, and then
Somehow, as if by magic,
Trunchbull was doused in water.
The next day, Matilda and I had a very important conversation.
Miss Honey, I want to show you something.
Watch.
She stared at a glass of water at the front of the room.
It started shaking violently, then it tipped on its side.
Matilda, how did you do that?
I moved it with my eyes. I'm not sure how exactly.
It was you!
Wasn't it? With the water and the Trunchbull.
Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Am I strange?
Well, I've never seen anything like it. I think it has something to do with that incredible mind of yours.
I bet your parents must be very proud of you.
Oh, yes, they are very proud. They tell me all the time what a joy it is to have a daughter like. Actually, that's not true. They aren't proud at all. They call me a
Liar!
and a
Fool! Nasty little creep!
I understand, Matilda. My father was very kind to me, but he died when I was quite young, and my aunt became my guardian.
She was mean and cruel like you can hardly imagine.
The Trunchbull.
What?
How did you know?
And your father was.
An escapologist.
And your mother was the most talented acrobat to ever live.
Matilda, your mind is
Far more powerful.
than I knew. How can
They
you...
read my story, Miss Honey. I thought I was making it up, but maybe I was just seeing your life.
Seeing my life?
The story came to me already written, but it's
time to write our own story.
Miss Honey. We've got to teach the Trunchbull a lesson. She killed your father.
We can't let her get away with it.
Good morning, children.
You vile.
repulsive, disgusting little sinner.
The Trunchbull, of course, was out to get revenge on Bruce.
She grabbed him by the ears and dragged him this way and that. Stop!
Stop! Now, maggot, we are just getting started.
Miss Trunchbull, please stop! You pull off his ear!
I have learned through many years of thorough experimentation that the ears of young boys do not come off. They stretch. In fact,
I think these ears are stretching right now.
Ow! There are two types of people in this world. The winners and the losers. And I
Look! The chalk! It's moving. It's writing something all by itself.
I noticed Matilda concentrating very hard on that blackboard.
What the devil? Who is doing that?
No one's doing anything.
She will not get away with it. I will teach her a lesson.
Trunchbull. This is Magnus.
No! It can't be.
Leave this place and never come back.
No. Who is writing that?
Get out, or I will get you, like you got me.
So it's true. You did kill my father.
He was a weak man. Survival of the fittest, I always say.
You're nothing but a
Big, awful bully.
I won't let you get away with it.
But don't you see? I already have.
Miss Honey, the police just pulled up outside.
I think it's time for you to go to Chokey.
Chokey, chokey, choo.
And that was the end of the reign of the Trench Bowl.
Thank you, Matilda.
It was time to change your story, Miss Honey.
Matilda had helped all of us in so many ways. I had finally stood up to that horrible monster
Who would be locked away for a very long time.
and the children could come to school with no fear in their hearts. But for Matilda, nothing
had changed.
Her parents were still
Awful.
Don't just sit there gulping!
We have to leave right now!
But why?
Just once would you stop being such a rotten nuisance?
Your father doesn't want to tell you.
The law is after us.
We're leaving the country and never coming back.
But how did you get caught?
no bloody idea! And let Matilda stay here with me.
I beg your pardon?
I will look after her. I'll care for her as if she is my own. And I'll pay for everything. Would you like that, Matilda?
Yes, very much.
You just keep her? Forever?
Certainly.
I'd love her with everything.
Well,
We are a bit short on room.
It was nice knowing you, kid.
so long, son.
I'm a girl.
And that was the end of the reign of the Trench Bowl. Matilda had helped all of us in so many ways. Matilda, the little girl with the extraordinary mind, had taught me a most valuable lesson.
Your story is not already written. If you don't like your story,
Change it.
And that is how I found my miracle.